Hi, welcome to Code Rangers. Welcome back, learners, to our full stack Java developer series. Okay, so let us begin today's lecture today. And in our last lecture, we have seen why we are using programming languages. Okay, the main agenda behind using the programming languages is converting the human readable language, which is English, into machine language, which is zeros and ones, so that machine can execute our instructions as we written in English. Now today's our topic is, as the part of our developer journey, we are going to learn one language. As I told you in our previous lecture, we are going to start with Java. Okay, and why we are learning Java? Clear? Today's our topic is why Java. Okay, before getting into that question why Java, let us see some little bit introduction, some history of Java. As you people already aware, or if you are an early beginner, you can get a lot more resources on internet. Okay, you can know more about the history of Java. Here, just for saving the time, I will give just a little glimpse. We will discuss. Then afterwards, we can get into the topic why we are learning Java. Okay. So, as we can see, the initiative was taken in the year of 1991 by the company named Sun Micro Systems. Okay, that company planned to launch its own DTH devices. Okay, in which it was using different kind of hardwares. So they raised a requirement for that company that their software must be compatible with each machine. Okay, such type of software they plan to create. In that purpose, they hired a developers team, and they have mentioned, okay, like they have assigned a team leader for their team, and his name is James Goslin. He is the one who led the team of Java at that time, who developed this Java language. Okay, in the year 1991 it was begin, and the first they named the language as Green Talk. Okay, earlier the name of our Java language is Green Talk, and the extension of that language is .gt. Whenever the program that has been written, when they save for compilation, extension they use this .gt. Later it was again converted to oak. They have given it as oak, oak. And finally, in the year 1995, okay, company and James Gosling team, they have seen that there is a lot of scope of web development in the market, because web development is booming from 1995, and they plan to bring Java to the web development world also. Any browser software which can able to run JRE, what we call it as Java runtime environment, they can run the Java code also. So they plan to enter into the web development mode. Again, they change the name from Oak to Java. Okay, and the taking this name Java, there is no any logical thinking or any tactical things. Okay, they have simply kept the name Java because in the days of their development, okay, they used to drink a tea, and the tea powder which they are getting, it is from an island, and the name of that island is Java. So they kept the language name finally as Java. Okay, and in the 1995 they have released it, main version of first version of Java, which is 1.0. Okay, from that day, and it was developing, and today finally we received Java 22nd version also. And finally, as you people know, now Java is acquired by Oracle team, and now Oracle is the sole boss of Java. Now get into our main topic, what it is, why we are learning Java. Okay, as you people are from coding background or non-coding background, if you are just a little bit internet user, whenever you are surfing over internet using any browser, sometimes you will feel your browser will ask you to install Java runtime environment. Okay, and in your mobile applications also. Okay, wherever you go in the internet world, you will see Java. Okay, and Java is the most popular language which was mostly used in web application development, mobile application development, and as well as desktop application developments. Okay, Now, what are the main features that make Java unique and so popular? Apart from, because there are a lot of many languages in the market, but still why Java is so popular? Okay, let us see the first point. Bora, what we call Bora. Write once and run anywhere. What do we mean by write once and run anywhere? Let us see this chart here. Just focus on it. See, whenever we write the program in Java, okay, because we are writing a program which we are using English language. Okay, we are writing a program giving the instruction to the computer in English language. Then we have to save that file. And as you people know, whenever we save the file, we have to give the extension. Okay, so we have created a Java file. So our extension it would be dot Java. This java.file, this is my file name, and dot Java is the extension. This shows to the machine that this file has been created in the language which is called as Java. Okay, now as I told you in the earlier lecture that every language, okay, uses their own compilers to compile the code which we have written in English. And after compilation, these languages, what they will do, they will convert that English language into machine language to binary digits which is 0 and 1, so that our machine can also execute according to our given instructions and give the output. For that purpose, our Java language also uses its own compiler. Okay, whenever we give our file to our Java compiler, our Java compiler here what it will do, it won't convert the .java file to machine code. Okay, it will give a separate file again, okay, whose extension is dot class. File name it would be same. Okay, here the file name is same, but the extension is dot Java. After compilation, file name it would be again, it will be same, but now the extension is dot class. What is this dot class, sir? Dot class is nothing but it is a separate file which has been given by our Java compiler, and we call it as bytecode also. Okay, this bytecode it is none other than machine language, machine code. It is also a binary code, but machine won't execute it. Okay, it was not readable by machine. Then how, sir? Again, here this dot class file, it was taken care by Java runtime environment. Okay, Java runtime environment. In this JRE, in the short form, in this JRE, we have a hero whose name is Java Virtual Machine. Okay, JVM. This hero enters into the picture and he reads the entire bytecode which was present in this dot class file. And this JVM converts that bytecode into machine code. Okay, later machine will understand the instructions given by this JVM and it will run accordingly or process accordingly. Okay, now why is this JRE and JVM, sir? Why can't this machine was directly, or sorry, why this compiler was not directly giving a file which was able to understand by the machine? Okay, the funda behind giving the bytecode here is right to promote, okay, platform independency, okay, or to promote Vora, write once run anywhere. Clear? Suppose let us assume you are using a Windows machine, okay, and some programming languages, before getting to this I will just let you know, some programming languages are restricted. If you write the code in those languages, I won't take the name, but some languages, if you write the code in those languages, those code will be compiled and run in only one particular machine only. For example, if that file run only in Windows, or that file will run only in Mac, or that program will run only in Linux. What if I write the program only using in one language, and that should be compatible and readable by any machine? Okay, there is no such type of language, but our Java give that. Okay, there is only one language, that is Java, which gives you platform independency. This dot class file which we are calling it as bytecode, this bytecode will be taken care by Java runtime environment. If the Java runtime environment is there within the, suppose you are a Windows user, and if you have a Java runtime environment in your system, then this dot class file, from wherever you get it, if you write it in your own system and after compilation you will get this dot class file, or if you are getting this dot class file from somebody else, okay, from someone has given you, you can execute it because you have Java runtime environment in your system. It can run on Windows. If you are a Mac user, if you have a Java runtime environment, you can execute this dot class file. If you are a Linux user, if you have a Java runtime environment, you can execute this dot class file. So this is the wonderful feature of Java. That is why Java it is so popular because of this unique feature which Java team has given us. Okay, and we will go deep into this JRE and JVM also in the latter lectures. Okay, now let's see the second point: object oriented powerhouse. Okay, as we know, as you people also little bit heard here and there, maybe oops, nowadays what we call oops OOP. What do we mean by object oriented programming? Okay, just give me a second, let me open this notepad once. Object oriented programming, or what we call oops. Okay, what is the main agenda behind this oops? Okay, oops is nothing but this mechanism has been given by computer scientists. Okay, so the main reason behind this mechanism is to reduce the code complexity. Okay, so what do we mean by code complexity? Let us have some look on that. What do we mean by code complexity? In the earlier days, what happened? Computer scientists or programmers used to write programs like this. Okay, don't go upon this class. Okay, what it is and how we are using, I will explain it later. Just you focus on the topic now. The what I'm trying to explain, just focus on that. That's it. Now this is our file. Let us example ex file. This is our file. Now suppose we are creating a shopping cart. First, what we will give, log into the client. Later what we will do, we will give an option to register himself. Register client. Again what we will do, we will allow him to shop. Okay, now I have written it in simple lines, but when we do code, okay, in real time, whenever we do code, just a second, let me check my camera, it is okay. In real time, whenever we do code now, what will happen, this login module, it will go for 100 lines maybe. Okay, depending upon the uh, program which you are writing, it will go for 100 or more than 100 lines also. And this registration details, we are allowing our client to register also in our website. This will also sometimes take more than 100 lines of code. Again, client shopping, obviously it will take more than 100 lines of code, because we will give a lot of products, lot of amenities, so that our client can use. Okay, so let us assume this entire code, it is of 3000 lines. Okay, this enter code is of 3000 lines. Okay, and whenever if any client comes and says I am unable to register, or I am unable to log in, or I am unable to select the particular product, or whatever the products I am selecting, few products are I am able to see while I am trying to purchase. Okay, all the products I am not getting. If such type of queries or feedbacks you are getting from your customers, then what you will do, obviously you will enter into your code, this code which you have written, which is of 3000 lines, let us assume. Okay, now we will search for the error. Okay, now we will search for line by line. You will do debugging. What we call debugging means nothing but in programming language, checking for the errors, checking for the grammar mistakes. Okay, checking for the code wherever we have done wrong. Okay, so in that purpose, what will happen, it will take a lot of time for you to sort it out to find the error. Okay, and enterprise level applications, big applications, as you can see, like Amazon or their Paytm, or big those are big applications. And as you can assume how much lengthy code they have written, developers. Okay, if they face any error, okay, if they have written in this format, okay, this is earlier days, before object oriented programming. Earlier days, computer scientists or developers, programmers used to write code in this format only. Whatever they write entire code in one line. Okay, in one line means, in the sense, let us assume if you have went to a shopping mall, okay, and there you have purchased, let us assume 100 items you have purchased. What kind of bill they will give? They will give only one bill. In that what particular bill, entire product list will be there. Okay. In the same format, code has been written by the computer scientist. Okay. Now, finding error, it has been a difficult task. To sort this out, okay, computer scientists come up with one mechanism which is called as OOPS, object oriented programming. Using this, what they have promoted, computer scientists they have promoted, they said to the developer, see developers, we have come up with one concept which is object oriented programming. You can divide your code, okay, and continue your development journey. Dividing the code means, in the sense, we can divide our code into parts. Suppose this is login code. Again we are creating this code is for registration. Again this we are giving it for shopping. Okay. Now we will remove our shopping code from here and registration code from here. Now see the beauty here. If we are getting an error, if the client comes to you and say, I am facing a problem while I am logging, okay, if he says then you are precise, then directly you will go into this login code and you will check for the error. Okay. If customer says I am facing an issue while registering, you will get into the registration code and you will sort the error. If customer says I am facing a trouble while shopping, then simply you can go into this shopping code. Here what happened? You have created different objects for different purposes. Login is one purpose. Here you have created one object, and entire code related to login you have written here, and separate object you have created for registration, and the entire code for registration purpose you have written in this object. Here see how our problem has been resolved. Okay, instead of getting our entire items in one bill, okay, we are getting two different bills, or suppose let us say three different bills, and in three different bills our items are there. And if these items which we have purchased from any shopping cart or any shopping mall, suppose they have given a bill which is sorted, well sorted, like suppose we have purchased kitchen items, for entire kitchen items one bill. Suppose we have purchased items for gardening, for entire gardening separate bill they have given. How much time saving it is for us to cross check whether we have received all items or not, instead of checking over all the items in one bill. Kitchen item, suppose we have received or not entire item, we will check the kitchen bill and we can see, yes, we have received all the items. This item I want, this item I don't want. Okay, this is the same mechanism our computer scientist has given us, which is called as OOPS, to just reduce the code complexity. Instead of reading the entire code in one single line, writing in one single line, we can create objects, different objects for different purposes, and we will go very much deep into this object oriented programming later also. Now I hope you have understand why scientists have come up with this OOPS concepts. Okay, now let's get into our another point, which is robust. Okay, why Java is robust language? Here I have already written some points to save our time. We will just discuss upon those points. Okay, now strong typing, first feature of Java in robust. Okay, why robust? Because it is strongly typed language. Why strongly typed language? Why strongly typed language means, maybe you have know about variables. Okay, otherwise we will discuss our next topic, it would be data types and variables. Okay, now let us assume whenever we are working with programming languages, we will work with data. Okay, obviously we will work with data, and data it can be in any format. In our case, let us assume we are taking two numbers and we want our machine to add those two numbers and give us the output. Okay, let us suppose 10 and 20, and I want our machine to calculate these two numbers. What it has to do? It has to do 10 plus 20 and give me result as 13. This work, I know the result is 30, but this work I want to my machine to perform. Okay, I want my machine to perform this operation. Okay, my machine doesn't understand English, so I'm using a programming language which is Java. Now in Java I have to pass this data. Excuse me. Okay, now in this language I have to pass this data. Now the rule of passing data, okay, into Java. Just a second. Camera is fluctuating, guys. If suddenly my camera goes off also, no need of issue. My audio will be clear. Now 10 and 20 in Java. This is the rule for declaring a variable. Okay, and now what is this variables or what we will do, I will discuss later. Okay, just for assumption, you people just keep with it now. Num2. Okay, now this is the way we are storing this data 10 in a variable called num1. Now here in the left hand side of num1 you can see I have mentioned int, which denotes integer. This is Java rule. What do we mean by integer? Integer means 10. Why we have given integer to this num1? Because this num1 what it is holding we have to write here explicitly. Explicitly means we have to mandatorily we have to tell that see this num1 it was holding an integer type of data which is 10. Okay, this is what we call statically typed or strongly typed, and we call it as type safety also. Okay, type safety. So what is the major benefit we are getting by writing like this? Okay, in some languages, okay, let me complete this line of code also. Int result is equal to num1 plus num2. Right, now our Java code will execute and give me the result as 30. Right, this num1 is holding 10, this num2 is holding 20. Right, but what if in some languages they are known as dynamically typed languages, or you can say dynamic languages? Clear? Dynamic means we don't have to mention here int or something. Okay, clear? At runtime some languages what they will do, they will check this data 10 and they will assume okay this is of type integer, and they will internally insert int to their variables internally. Okay, but in Java that is not the case. We have to explicitly write here. So what is the main benefit we are getting here is in runtime those languages will consume time because they have to check for these two lines. Okay, this variable which is holding a data which is of type integer, again they will mention int like this. Again they will come to the second line, this num2 is holding integer type of data, and they will mention int here. Again they will come to the third line. Okay, and they will see that num1 and num2 these two are of integer type data. They will add it and they keep it in result, and because this is of integer type data they will write int here. Okay, like this. So what happened here, 3 times control has been worked here. Control first entered into the first line, again sent second line, again third line. Clear? But in our Java that is not the case. How? Because our Java at the time of compilation, as I have shown you here, before getting into JRE for running, okay, for running before getting into JRE, our file first it will be compiled by Java compiler. While at the time of compilation only our Java compiler will see okay this num1 variable it was holding an integer type of data because we have written, and the data is 10, and this num2 it is of integer type data and the data is 20. Now in result it is holding an integer type of data which is num1 plus num2, and at the compile time only our compiler will assign these values. for num1 it will give 10 and for num2 it will give 20. Now these two lines have been executed at compile time only. Okay, and in runtime it will execute this single line which is res. Now how many times the controller has been worked in runtime means we can say only one time, because these two lines are have been executed at compile time only. And at runtime just this one line has been executed. So we have saved a lot of weight on our processor, or we have saved a lot of time, and there is no performance issue also. And lot of performance issues come if you are working with dynamic languages, because if you have not mentioned here at the runtime, okay, at the runtime those languages has to check what type of data this variable is holding. Again they have to insert like this. Suppose it was holding an integer, so it will put integer there. Suppose it was holding a character type of data, so it was mentioned carrier. Okay, in this process lot of performance issues will arise, but in our Java there is no such type of issue arising chances here, because our Java is statically typed language. Whatever we write we have to write in detail. Okay, and this promote readability also. That is why people say Java is easy to read and easy to write language. Okay, so this is the statically typed language agenda behind statically typed language. Now in robust, again we can see automatic memory management. Automatic memory management means while we process this data, okay, let us go with same example only. Suppose this data has been processed, okay, and the desired output we have received also, suppose, which is 30. Now what has to be, after getting the result this 30, what has to be done by our machine now? What it has to do with this 10, 20 and 30? Okay, nothing I have to do with this. I want just the result 10 and 20 which I have received. No, there is nothing, there is no business for me to do this. Now what I have to do, our RAM, okay, as I told you in the previous lecture, our RAM is the uh, temporary part which holds the data until we save it to hard disk. Now this memory it has been on hard disk, okay, 10, 20 and 30. What, sorry, not hard disk, on RAM 10, 20 and 30. What has to be done with these three values? Okay, in our Java there is a predefined mechanism our Java team developers has been given, which we call it a garbage collector. This is the again, okay, most influential feature of Java. Again, garbage collector, this is the mechanism. By default this comes into picture whenever the program executes itself and completes its task. This collector comes into picture and it will remove entire data from the RAM. Okay, like it will flush it. Okay, we don't have to again think the memory part, performance part, we don't have to think, focus on those things. This garbage collector gets into picture and it will cleans or deletes entire data for us. So this is the point mentioned here. You can see memory allocation and deallocation automatically using garbage collection. Okay, and also it eliminates memory leaks and common source crashes. Okay, these points when we get into advanced Java part, when we work with the databases, there I will explain you. Okay, again third point is exception handling. Exception handling, here let us suppose you are adding two numbers, right? Let us do one thing, don't add two numbers, just divide these two particular two numbers. And in num2 don't give 20, we have given here 0. In num2 what we have given, 0. Now our compiler will check for these two values, right? Before going to runtime our compiler will check this 10, it can't be divided by 0. In some languages this case won't be there. Okay, they will directly go for running and it will give undesired output. Okay, because 10 can't divided by 0. But in our Java that is not the case. At the time of compilation only it will throw us an error like this. 0 cannot be divided by 10 or something like this. And here it will mention what kind of exception it is. Okay, arithmetic exception has been raised, and what it is, 0 cannot be divided by 10. This much clarity our Java program will give. Being a developer, we will be in a position to easily understand what the wrong has been done by me while writing the code. But in other different languages, this is not the case. You will face a lot of problems. What the wrong I have done? Why I am not getting the output? What the wrong I have done? Why I am not getting? This kind of thoughts you will be getting, and you will be busy in that uh, for searching the solution. But Java developers have given you the nice mechanism, which is exception handling. Okay, now you have already seen the error which was thrown by our Java compiler. Okay, so 0 can't be divided by 10 means this is the wrong I had been doing, so I have to change the value here. I have to give 5 or something else. But sometimes what will happen, this is my case, I want 0 only here. So now Java compiler, it was throwing an error. So what to do? We can handle this exception also. That is why what we call our compiler, it will give us exception as well as an opportunity to handle that exception. So we can handle this exception also. So sir, this is wrong only, so exception is correct. Why will we go for this? But in some cases, let us assume my 0 is correct value there. I want 0 only there. It is not an exception. Now I have to tell Java, see Java, this is not an exception. Okay, this is my own written code and this has to be executed. This is right, like that, something. Okay, and we will discuss this in exception handling topic when it comes. Okay, I will come up with a lot of examples there. Now, after handling this, we can override. Override means we can edit this exception. Okay, and we can say to the user here, you can enter 0 values also. If the user comes and if in the suppose data birth column, if he enters only 0, our compiler will say to him, to the user, that you can enter 0 values also. Like that we have handled the exception. This is just for an assumption. Okay, this is called handling. And how we are handling, sir, I will show in real time coding when the exception topic comes. Just for and your understanding, exception handling is also one of the greatest, okay, mechanism in Java. Now finally we have secure design. Secure designing means, because Java promotes object oriented programming, whenever you go for developing an application, you can easily make an architecture. Okay, because you are everything typing statically. Okay, whatever is happening, suppose if you go and see, if you already saw know Java here and there, okay, little bit, you can check other people code who has written the code. You can easily understand, because Java is that much easy to read. Okay, and you can easily find out the architecture, which object is inheriting which object is implementing which interface. You can get to know very much easily. That is why Java is so much popular choice for developing large scale enterprises applications. Okay, we are not talking about any like small level applications which you are building for small retailers here. Okay, we can build a large scale applications. Large scale applications is like payment gateways. Okay, and end customer payment gateways like Paytm, PhonePe, and all this type of applications you can build. And till today, engineers will go for Java only. If it comes to the case, if they have to go for big applications, they will go for Java. Okay, so you are learning a stack which was very popular, ancient, and very much easy to learn and read. Okay, so let us continue our Java learning. Okay, after robust, what we have here, finally, okay, easy to learn and powerful to use, clear, and all round versatility. All round versatility means these things we will see. Versatility means one main feature. Already I have shown you Vora. Okay, and again in the advanced part we can say Voda also. WODA. Okay, write once, deploy anyway. Okay, and this deployment part, after you get into the advanced part concept, There I will explain you these things. Okay, I hope today's this is sufficient for today why we are learning Java, and I hope this lecture has been useful for you people. And I request you people to if you like this video, do subscribe, because I am going to till now slowly I have started recording the videos, but from now on, day by day, at least one video I will try to, okay, upload. Okay, and do subscribe that channel. And I have already created a Discord group also. In the channel description page you can check, click that link, and there I will before uploading I will post there also that so and so video has been uploaded. Okay, and share the same videos in your network also. Okay, so let us meet in our next lecture. So how to run the first Java program, in the next lecture we will see. Until then, happy learning. Bye.